Have a seat. Make yourselves comfortable. Won't be a second. Ah, good morning. Sorry we're late. Come in.
So you don't miss me at all, then? Good morning. Anyone in?
This is Daniel. Hello, Daniel. Nice to meet you. Have a seat. Okay. Well, oh, hang on. Let me just remind you, and this is for Daniel's benefit as well. 2 of my colleagues are behind that mirror. They'll be following the whole session. So if we get into deep water and start floundering, I may ask them to come in and fish us out.
Not waving, but drowning, eh, Dan?
3 heads are often better than 1. So what's been happening since last time?
What's Danny doing here?
Because I'm fed up of being left out. People whispering in corners.
Too many secrets, eh?
Yeah.
What about you? Was that your experience when you were Danny's age? Adult conspiracies, nobody talking to you?
Everything was talked about.
Joking. Full family conference before we went to the bog.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
No locked doors, no privacy. I'm not parading around naked.
Let it all hang out.
Yeah, and it did. I used to long... You don't know how much I used to long for normal parents. You know, who locked the bathroom door.
Normal?
Who expected me to lock the bathroom door. You know, who wore woolly dressing gowns.
Well, I can't win then, can I? You accuse me of being too open. Danny accuses me of being too secretive.
I'm not accusing you of anything, Dad.
Actually, you were. I mean, you were very secretive. We all had to bare our souls, but you only ever had to bear as much as suited you.
You cancelled the last session. Why was that?
Because Ollie refused to come.
I didn't refuse.
You did?
I did not refuse. I lost my nerve. What was that for? No, go on. What was the snort for?
Because?
Because what?
Because that's what you like. When we start getting to the root of things, you get into a cold funk and he runs away.
I do not.
You do.
No, you're getting confused. You're the one who ran out of the last session. You're the one who swallows tranquilizers like they were Smarties.
You see, he can't admit it, but he...
Oh, well, great. Well, I'll just bare my chest and let you all shoot at me, shall I? I'll tell you what. Let's just stop this now, because obviously every disaster that's ever happened in this family is down to me. Well, I'll sign something, shall I? I'll put it in writing. Will that satisfy you? Because perish the thought you might be responsible for any of it.
You think Ollie runs away from what? His feelings?
Sit down, Ollie.
Oh, so I'm an emotional coward now. So what does that make you? An emotional cripple? I have never run away from anything in my life.
Never run away from... What about last week, then? What was that all about?
Oh, well, we all know what that was.
We had absolutely
because
no
I
idea where he was.
I refuse to take any more of your sick accusations. Yeah, okay. I walked out because she's convinced herself that I abused my own daughter. And when she couldn't make that stick, she went one better. She accused my father.
Granddad?
For God's sake, it has to be faced up to. It's the only explanation. Someone must have...
Well, why not you? Oh. No, why not you? Why does it automatically have to be me or Dad?
Mum, it didn't happen. I promise you. No one abused either of us. And I'm not blanking it out. It didn't happen.
All right, I know it wasn't your father.
No, it damn well wasn't.
But was there ever anyone... I mean, you know, did anyone ever,
Mum, no. There wasn't anyone, not Dad, not Granddad. No nasty little man in the park. There just wasn't anyone.
So will you leave it now? Will you finally believe her?
I'm sorry, Ollie, but somebody had to have the guts to face it.
No, you're right. The one thing we know about sibling incest, and to be honest, we know virtually nothing, but the one thing we do know is that one or other of the siblings have probably been abused.
Don't look at me.
Oh, did your mother never interfere with you in the bath then, Nat? Oh, surely. Surely she must have done. Hurts, doesn't it?
All right, you go through the usual experimentation stage, doctors and nurses stuff.
Is that usual?
A lot more common than you'd think. So how did that turn into a full-blown sexual relationship?
I don't know.
Because that is very unusual. Very.
It was like when, when we were little. Kid stuff, touching, comparing,
Yes, but why didn't that stop? That would normally stop around about puberty.
We just moved to a new home, all right? I was being bullied at school. We didn't have any friends.
I mean, Nat, lots of kids are bullied. Lots of kids feel rejected, but they don't do what we did.
You were never rejected. Either of you.
No, I know, but kids always feel like they are at some time or another.
Yeah.
But they don't comfort themselves the way that we did.
So one particular day in early puberty, it changed from childish curiosity to penetrative sex.
Daniel, would you,
Everyone keeps going on about sex. It isn't just to do with sex.
What is it to do with?
I don't know. Closeness.
You're assuming that it's something disgusting.
Oh, well, I think we may be forgiven
You're
for...
assuming that it's loathsome. So you've got to find some gross explanation for it, like abuse. It's not like that. I mean, Nat and I,
It's about being close. I'm so close. There's no barriers, not even skin, not even flesh.
You'd like Danny to leave now?
I want to stay, Mum.
Ollie?
Oh, don't ask me. I'm bound to say the wrong thing.
I do know about sex, Dad. I'm older now than they were when they first started.
Anytime you want to go, just get up and leave. So, okay. That first time, that night, that afternoon, whatever. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you knew it was wrong.
Yes.
Not just wrong in a moral sense. Wrong in a fundamental, absolute sense. Like murdering someone. Did it feel that frightening? That terrible?
Well, afterwards. Not at the time.
So you went on doing it?
Yes.
And did it go on feeling like you were doing something terrible?
Well, only when we thought about how other people would see it. That's why I tried to break away. That's why I married Martin.
And did you think you could make a marriage work?
Yeah, I did. In the beginning. And we both tried. And Nat really did love Jules.
Oh, I wanted to feel normal, but it didn't feel normal. It felt wrong.
More wrong than your relationship with your sister?
No, obviously not in the world's terms, but no.
How do you know it's so unusual?
Pardon?
Well, you said before it's very unusual for a relationship like ours to carry on after puberty. How do you know?
Well, statistically.
Well, they've done market research on it, have they? Excuse me, madam, are you currently sleeping with your brother? Oh, yes, I am. Oh, well then, would you mind answering the following intrusive questions for us?
If there was a lot of it going on out there, I think we'd know about it.
Well, who's we?
Therapists, psychiatrists, sociologists.
Why? I mean, why would all these incestuous couples come along to see therapists if they're perfectly happy?
Are you happy?
Well, we were happy, yes.
Nat?
Yeah, until we decided we had to stop, yeah.
And having decided to stop, did you then become unhappy?
Yeah.
So what made you decide you had to stop? Because it felt so bad to go on breaking the most profound of all human taboos.
I thought that was cannibalism.
Was that the buzz? Doing something so bad that you made yourselves feel special?
Or was it more a case of sharing this dangerous and exciting secret in a house where secrets weren't allowed?
Look, secrets were allowed. I don't know why you keep banging on about that. You're way off beam.
Not that far off.
Look, I've read Lang, I've read a bit of Freud, I've even read Germaine Bloody Greer, and I still maintain that talking things through is a lot better than just letting them fester.
There we go.
Oh, well, okay then. Well, what's wrong with a bit of openness?
Well, it's openness on your terms. That's what's wrong with it.
Oh, well, excuse me. I just assumed you had a tongue in your head. I assumed that if there was something you didn't agree with, you'd say so. You usually do.
Some things are just too personal, Ollie.
I know that.
Oh, I know you know that. Because when it's too personal for you, you run a mile, don't you? And when it's too personal for everyone else, you're in there like a terrier after a rat. Look, everyone has a right to keep a part of themselves private, even from you.
Oh, yeah. Would that be the part that goes around seducing boys young enough to be your son?
Daniel, would you mind going outside, please?
It's all right, Mum.
Well, I'm not going to carry on with this discussion as long as Daniel's in the room.
It's all right. Dad's told me all about it. This morning.
You told him without asking me first.
He needed to know.
Needed to know? If he'd needed to know, I would have told him. Oh, my God. Okay, so, what else would you like to tell him in your control freak mission to drag my personal life out into the public arena? Perhaps you'd like to tell him that, sexually speaking, I'm a plank of wood. That would make a nice family discussion, wouldn't it? And then perhaps you'd like to tell him why I had an affair and why I needed someone else to make me feel alive and faintly interesting and attractive. And then perhaps when we've discussed me and spat out the bits, we can finally get round to talking about what we've come here to talk about.
Which is?
My children! I mean, look at them. Look at them after all we've been through, all the pain, all the promises that would stop, all the dragging up of the past, and all that terrible business. All that endless bloody talk. And for what? How much further on are we? You just can't stop, can you? You just can't stop. Even if you wanted to, you just can't. Is that why it hit you so hard?
What? Why what hit her so hard?
Oh, George.
It's okay, Mum. It doesn't matter now.
Yes, it does. It does matter. Because it wasn't just. I didn't realise. I didn't realise.
I wanted it so much, Mum.
I know.
Not just because I wanted a baby, but because it was Nat's baby. I love him. Oh, Mum, I had to get rid of it. I had to, didn't I?
You said it was negative.
I couldn't tell you, Nat.
Why not? It's me. You can tell me anything.
Because I knew how you felt. You told me over and over again.
That was when you'd been pregnant. That was like some sort of nightmare. You say these things, you don't mean them. I was a baby, George. It was my baby. You know, we could have sorted it out. We could have gone away, brought it up together.
We couldn't.
Yeah, we could have.
And what about all that stuff about sterilisation?
I was frightened.
I know.
I want to be with you. I don't care what happens. I want to be with you. Forever.
Forever.
You think things can't get any worse, and then they do.
Have a biscuit.
Thank you. And the mad thing is that life just goes on. You drink tea, you eat biscuits, things break up all around you, your life collapses, and you drink tea.
Come in. Have a tea.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Is any of this something you want to talk about?
I did it. It's finished.
Is it?
But I just want you all to know that it's not a decision I made easily.
Oh, that's comforting.
I would have had it if I could.
Even you, Georgia, even you cannot be so irresponsible you'd think for 1 minute of bringing that child into the world.
I wish I had. I wish I'd had the guts.
You can't hold a baby responsible for the way it was conceived.
I don't hold the baby responsible for anything. I hold them responsible.
Well, I could have easily said it was someone else's. Only I was worried that there might be something wrong with it.
Well, the baby. Why should there be anything?
For God's sake.
Oh, what, you think all children born out of incestuous relationships are going to be congenital idiots? Come on, Dad, you've read every book in your shop. You know more about eugenics than that.
I don't think there would be any deformities, Dad. Not in the first generation, anyway. No more than a statistical average, anyway. And there'd only be a problem if you went on and on into marrying. I looked it up.
Well, so did I, Dan. But I still couldn't take the risk.
All right. That's it. I've had enough. Oh, I've heard everything now. My 14-year-old son explaining to me why it's fine for his brother and sister to have a child together. And you don't seem particularly perturbed by it.
Ollie.
And before you say anything, I am not running away. I'm leaving now because this is not only counterproductive, it's macabre. We're getting nowhere.
Where do you want to get?
I want some answers!
I think you've got some answers, Ollie. You may not like them very much, but you've certainly got some.
That's just clever therapy speak. What answers? Okay, then, if you're so clever, you tell me. Why did my children start experimenting with each other? Why wouldn't they stop? Why won't they stop?
Why can't they stop?
Because no other relationship comes anywhere near it. We tried. We both tried. Anything else is just a pale imitation.
That's no answer, for God's sake!
Well, just maybe there are no answers. I mean, maybe we're a couple of genetic freaks or some kind of statistical blip or... I don't know.
Dad, there's no neat, pat explanation, all right?
We just are. Nat and Georgia. And if the rest of the world can't cope with that, well then...
Tough.
Yeah, tough.
And that's what you've done. Oh, full marks. We got them living apart. We got them finally seeing sense, and you drive them straight back together. You call this family therapy? Family bloody breakdown.
This is the process of...
Oh, well, goodness me, the process. What a lot I've learned today. My wife despises me.
You can't begin to address a problem until you've decided.
She thinks I'm an emotional coward.
All I said.
And a control freak. She needs to find another man to make her feel alive. And best of all, this woman actually believed. Oh, my God. What kind of a man do you think I am? You honestly believe I'm capable of abusing my own daughter?
Ollie!
And you wouldn't let it go. You're not certain even now. Yeah. Well, that's it. 1 marriage and 24 years. What a sham!
Dad, I've changed my
You're
mind.
saying the marriage is over?
I'm saying that if a man from Mars walked in here now, he'd think those two have 100% better chance of making it together than we have.
Dad, I've changed my mind.
Oh, Dad.
I want to go home.
Yeah, we're going now.
Everything was all right before. We were all happy before we knew.
Before we knew what?
About Nat and Georgia. Before we knew everything. Oh, Dad, don't split up.
Do you see? Do you see what you've done? I came here to try and put my family back together, not to watch it crack up in front of my eyes. So what happens now, huh? Now you've destroyed us. Oh, that's the process, is it? And now you start building us up again, do you? Well, come on then. Start building, because we're not leaving here until you do something about the damage you've done.
Maybe we could do with some help here.
Oh, too bloody right. Roll in the help.
I'll ask my colleagues to come in.
Oh, yes. The mirror. I forgot about the mirror. Oh, yes. I forgot about your colleagues in there. Well, come on out. Join the party. What a riveting time you've had. Better than a night in front of the telly, eh? And what qualifies you to sit in judgment on us? Oh, you all did it so much better, right? Your lives are sweet and clean. Your kids grew up normal. Well, come on, let's see you. Don't be shy. Come and join in the general destruction of the incest family Simpson. Come on, let's destroy it all. Walls, mirror, people, marriages! "24 years of my life. Everything I ever believed in. So come on, then. Let's hear it. Let's hear your judgment on this nice, well-educated, middle-class family."
Are you sure about this?
After what happened yesterday, yeah.
Means we'll be totally isolated, you know, from everyone we know and love. Oh, we can't stay here. We'll have to move away.
Yeah, I know.
No, not where people know us. And we'll have to cut off contact with all our friends. No letters, no phone calls, nothing. It might even mean losing contact with Mum and Dad. Are you sure you can handle that for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Truly?
Yeah.
Because once we've done it, there's no going back.
I know.
But you were good. You were very, very grown up. But we all said things. We got angry, you know, and we said things that we didn't really mean.
I didn't.
No, but we...
And I don't think anyone else did either. I think everyone said exactly what they mean. Can I go upstairs now?
Hi, Dan. You're right.
We were just talking about the therapy session.
Oh, good. Good. Because
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about anything.
Okay.
People talk too much.
Well, I don't think we can pretend it just didn't happen. Look, Daniel, yesterday, we all learned a lot of things that we didn't really want to know. And Well, the upshot is that your mother and I...
Why don't we, go out for a meal tonight? The three of us? Listen, some of the things we said yesterday, we can't even remember now, and yet we're still in one piece, aren't we?
Yeah. Look, why don't we go out for an Indian or something? What do you fancy? We'll have a good night out, and then we can just work through anything that's worrying you.
I can't.
Oh, well, okay then. Well, we'll stay in. We'll sort it out here.
I can't. It's school prize giving tonight. I did tell you, but I suppose you've forgotten. Can I go upstairs now? Please.
I know, you know, like, which is worse, us wanting to have a baby, or us having to kill a baby because of everyone else's fear about it. I wish you'd told me.
I didn't know how you'd react.
It was like being pushed out in the cold, George. I can't live like that. I wanted to go back to the way it was.
But this is like it was.
Except it's not. Because before there was a baby and now there isn't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I let you go through that by yourself.
I chose to go through it by myself, Nat.
Only because I've been such a coward you couldn't trust me not to crack up. Look, I know you're going to want to have babies. You're going to have to face that.
If I ever get over losing this one.
And if I'm honest, I think I will too. I didn't think I'd feel like this about it.
Oh, Nat. I was so tiny. Just starting out. Never done anyone any harm. It didn't stand a chance, did it?
Year 9 French prize, Tanya Davis.
Remember all those other prize games? Year after year. Smug as hell. Mr. and Mrs. Perfect and the beautiful and brilliant Simpson children.
They were beautiful and brilliant.
And don't go away, Tanya. Year 9
Still are.
Design and Technology prize, Tanya Davis.
Don't forget your Tanya Street song, and I'll quite like some food left in the fridge by the time we get back.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, see you later.
And finally, Year 9 Individual Maths prize, Individual Science prize, Individual IT prize, and overall year prize, Daniel Simpson.
You okay?
I've got to go down to the front.
All right.
You look very nice.
No.
I'm really proud of you.
That's Mr. Murray, my history teacher.
All right.
See you later.
In there?
Simpsons.
I suppose their lad's going to get every prize going.
Except for the ones that Tanya's nabbed off them. Hey, yeah, they've got it really well organised this year. See your lads scoop the board, eh? Hey, we should be up on that platform, shouldn't we, being school governors? I mean, we're VIPs, aren't we?
Starting.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, and parents, students and staff, welcome to Brookside Comprehensive and to Spring Prize Giving 1997. It's the time of the year when we all gather together to congratulate the efforts made by the students of this school.
We can't just go. We have to
review the school's progress since we met 12 months ago, to reward those of you who made the last school year one of real achievement. Good night. Good night. It's good to see you. You must be very proud of Daniel. You could be looking at Oxbridge material.
Mum, can I go with Leo and Tanya?
Yeah, for about half an hour.
I'm just talking.
Night, Daniel.
Be back by 10. He seems much better.
Has he been ill?
No. No, he's fine. Good night.
Good night.
My head.
He's a bit special, isn't he?
Mr. Thornton?
No, Daniel. Look, we can't split up. We've got to stick it through together, no matter how tough it is. At least until Daniel finishes school.
Yeah, I know.
We can keep up some sort of pretense, can't we?
Well, we've managed it for the last 24 years. I'm sorry. It was... Yeah, you're right. He's special.
Well, they all are. All three of them. It's true, Ollie. They're all special, no matter what they've done. And they're the only children we've got, so we can't just give up on them.
Stop it and give me that back.
Come on.
What are you doing?
I've had a brainwave.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
You got nothing on next couple of days, have you?
Well, that depends on you, darling.
No, I'm serious.
Well, no, I've got the week off work.
Good. I'm taking you away.
Where?
Anyway.
What with? You're a downtrodden, impoverished student.
All right, you're taking me away then.
Oh, am I now?
Yeah, come on, let's go to Liverpool, check out the travel agents.
What's brought all this on?
It's what people like us do, isn't it? Act on impulse, follow our instincts, carpe diem.
People like us?
Yeah, you know, couples, partners, lovers. Yeah, people like us. All right, keep your hair on.
Oh, my God.
Carriage waits, madam.
Why, thank you, kind sir.
See that two are back in everyone's face again, eh?
Do you know what? It turns my stomach just looking at them.
Yeah, especially now they're shacked up in that flat again.
Get lost.
Honestly, God, Mick's seen them coming in and out. Like something out of Deliverance. I'm surprised you haven't had them evicted.
What's happening? JC's given it a month to get out.
Well, 10 minutes would be too long for me.
Try 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's years since I've been up to Scotland.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant. 2 days and nights of total freedom.
Oh, what? So you didn't feel free walking around the city centre with me today?
Yeah, I did, actually.
See? As soon as we get outside the confines of Manor Park, no one gives a toss.
Yeah, but unfortunately, this is where we live.
Well, not forever.
You think it's time to disappear?
What, from my flat and that close in this crappy little suburb? Yeah.
No, I mean...
Well, maybe it's time we realise that we don't have to move to Guatemala to live happily together in peace. What's wrong with Liverpool?
Well, parents for a start.
No, that's what's wrong with here. But, I mean, if we moved over the river or to the other side of the city, then, you know...
So it can be far enough away.
Well, yeah. I mean, why should I give up my job? Why should you throw 3 years of university in the bin?
What about Mum and Dad?
Well, we put the ball in their court. At least if we stay in Liverpool, there's some chance of us keeping in touch. And, you know, if either of them or Danny can get their heads around the fact that we're living together, then maybe there's a hope that we'll be a family again. Hmm? Think about it.
I thought we were meant to be trying.
We are. Very.
Our best for Daniel.
I intend to.
And when he's not around?
There's a big difference between putting on a united front and...
Yeah, and being together because we actually want to be.
I didn't say that. I just find all your nice new plans a touch unrealistic.
Realism, what's that?
It beats me.
If this family ever sat for a portrait again, they'd have to dig up Salvador Dali to paint it.
Look, I don't want to be part of some elaborate sham.
A bit late for that.
I meant us.
Yeah, I know.
Well, don't you think that we should try for us, not just for Daniel?
I agree with you in theory, but at the moment I just can't see past the latest offspring-induced crisis. I mean, look at our options. We lose our kids forever, or we stay put in some anthropological freak show. I mean, one way or another, it's a life sentence.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that...
Look, Belle, I wish I could, but at the moment, I just can't deal with me and you. I haven't got the energy.
Well, maybe you should find the energy. Just as you should find the energy to accept that Nat and Georgia may very well be together for the foreseeable future. And they are your children. And this is our marriage. This is what we are. Now, you can run away from that fact as much as you like, but you can't hide from it.
Have you told him about his new tenant?
Hey?
Oh, you're not going to believe this.
Try me.
Well, that George has moved her brother back in again.
What, to my flat?
They know no shame, them two, do they?
Since when?
Dunno, true though, isn't it?
Yeah, the bangalic, the pair of them.
Do you know, until just now, this had been a really nice day.
What time do you have to leave in the morning?
Well, the conference starts at 10, and it takes about an hour and a half to get from here to Matlock, doesn't it?
Not the way you drive.
Well, maybe I should leave now.
Oh!
What you done?
I've cracked it.
Cracked what?
Your business plan. There's two main things wrong with your original projection. First, you don't need a new chiller cabinet.
I don't.
Nope. I phoned a few places, and you get a second-hand one for less than half the price.
Well, why didn't I think of that?
So what's the second thing?
The rent. It's a rip-off.
That's the idea of rent, isn't it?
I phoned Sinbad, and he told me what they paid for one of those units. And Ron Dixon wants you to cough up over half of what he pays for the whole shop.
And he likes me to think that he's doing me a favour, eh?
Welcome to the wonderful world of commerce.
Anyway, that's what I think you should be paying.
Well, with these kind of figures, I'm going to be up and running in no time.
Just a minute. You might have trouble getting Ron Dixon to agree to that.
Well, you have to. He's desperate. And anyway, the idea of the corner shop's a dead dog.
Don't you mean a dead duck?
Whatever. And unless he specialises, he'd be blown out the water by the big boys.
Yeah, maybe, but in order to specialise, you have to be a specialist.
Well, one could learn as she goes along.
You say so.
I do.
Right. Well, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to say, this is the way it's going to be. Take it or leave it.
Come on, open up. I know you two are in there. Come on.
Well, have you got your keys?
Nah, they're still at home.
Do you reckon they're in there?
I don't think so.
So what now, then?
Well, I'm not going to let them two perverts live as man and wife in my property. It's time to put my landlord head on, I think.
Oh, yeah, and what does that entail?
It entails me turning into a cross between Rigsby and the Yorkshire Ripper.
Thanks.
So, with the talk of the town again.
Sorry?
Well, Ron Dixon took great delight in telling me about Nat and Georgia's living arrangements.
Official spokesman of the lynch mob, is he?
Yeah, and I bet the rest of the close are up to their necks in gossip again.
Mind you, you can't blame them. We'd have a thing or two to say if we saw the Dixon kids strutting their stuff together.
I just can't bear the thought of people picking our lives over when we don't know them from Adam.
Yeah, well, that's the reality of the situation. And a lot of those people are going to be pointing their fingers at us saying, oh, I blame the parents.
So what do we do?
Pass.
Perhaps we should go round to the flat and see them.
What for? Twiglets at a game of Trivial Pursuit.
Just to see how they're coping.
I'm sorry, I couldn't face it.
Well, when do you think you'll be able to face it?
12th of Never sounds about right.
So what do we do? Just disown them completely?
I didn't say that.
Well, somewhere along the line, you're going to have to decide one way or another.
Why? Why do I have to make that decision about my own kids?
Because they're not going to split up. So either you accept the status quo or...
Accept it? What, just show up there like good old lend us a tenner, shoulder to cry on Dad, like nothing's happened?
Or...
That's tantamount to legitimising the relationship.
Or we never see them again.
But they're our children.
So what do we do?
And good night.
Spring cleaning, JC?
Yeah, a bit of house clearance.
Landlord's work's never done.
Oh, I'll second that.
Good Lord. Extraordinary the things people throw away these days.
I know. Can't stand waste myself.
Looks like a perfectly good Monet print.
Be turning in his grave.
Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the frame.
Have you?
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Go on, the place will be swarming with skip rats in less than an hour. Get in there.
No. Well, to be perfectly honest, I've always felt a trifle uncomfortable about the activities of the, scavenging classes.
Then I'll scavenge it for you. There you go.
Really? Oh, thanks very much.
My pleasure.
You can't beat the Impressionist, can you?
Nah. Mike Yarwood's always been my favourite.
Well, home sweet home.
Yeah, not for long, eh?
I'm shattered.
Yeah, I'll teach you about the doubles bars. Thanks, mate.
That's my table. What the? This is all my stuff. What the?
Do you know, it's years since I've seen one of these.
You can't do this.
You obviously haven't read the small print. No parties, no pets, no incest.
I'll sue you.
Feel free. Fat. I might well be fat. But at least I don't play the banjo in the deep south.
Welcome to David Crosby. Now, what exactly is going on?
Welcome to justice, J.C. Bradley style.
Oh, he can't do that.
He's already done it.
Well, where is he?
I think he went off to beat up a couple of old ladies.
No, you have to burn down the orphanage first.
So, what happens now?
Don't worry about it, Mum.
Yeah, you know, always fancy something a big issue.
Look, I'm not having you two walking the streets. You're going to have to come home.
Home.
Well, what about Dad?
He's away at a conference.
What, forever?
Look, he'll just have to put up with it. You go and sort yourselves out and I'll stand guard over this stuff.
Oh, I needed that.
Coffee?
Yeah, I think I'll have a cheese toasty while I'm at it as well.
Oh, good. You can make the drinks then. You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. It's you two who've had the trauma today.
Oh, we'll survive. How do you think Dad will react to our reappearance?
I think that he wouldn't want to see you on the streets any more than I would.
Yeah.
Georgia, I was wondering about the, you know, the sleeping arrangements.
Oh, Mum, you don't think that we...
Well, it's just with Daniel around.
Separate rooms. Oh, hi. Someone for you, I think.
OK, you win.
What?
Come back to the trading post, do it your way, before they cart me off to the funny farm.
Using my business plan?
Yeah, but just do us one favour. Stick a tenner on the rent so I don't feel completely humiliated.
I think I could cope with that.
See you Monday, then.
Bright and early.
Oh, happy Easter.
Thank you. You're back early. I wasn't expecting you till tonight.
I didn't expect to be back until tonight. Let's just say I had my breakfast ruined by this. Who on earth does Jimmy Corkill think he is?
A passionate corker went on to condemn the supposed respectability of middle-class suburbia, citing his neighbours' acceptance of an incestuous relationship between their children as evidence of a gulf between those who have and those who have not. Well, surely this is libelous.
False accusations, you mean? I wish. I can't believe it. After all we went through to stop JC going to the press, and now I find Jimmy Corkill has gone and done it for him.
What's up?
What the hell are you two doing here?
JC Bradley's thrown them out.
Mum said we could stay here for a while.
Is this some kind of sick April Fool?
Daddy's changed the locks.
Well, you can't stay here.
Well, we can't just cast them out. At least give them a chance to find somewhere.
Together? When even the likes of Jimmy Corkill has started jumping on the moral bandwagon. People have every right to be horrified by what you're doing. Anyone in their right mind would be.
Look, they're your children. You can't just throw them out onto the streets.
Please, Dad, just let us stay here till we get ourselves sorted out.
I want you out of my sight. As far away as possible. You disgust me. The sooner you two get away from here, the better.
Fingers crossed that this one looks really good.
Yeah, and this Miles from Manor Park.
Yeah, we're still within reach of Mum and Dad and down.
Yeah, we can put the likes of JC Bradley behind us for good. We'll just be another anonymous couple.
Okay, well, all right, thank you very much. Bye. I just need to check one small detail.
Yeah.
You did say there were just the two of you. No children as yet.
No, no children.
Looks like we're in luck then. Beechwood House. It's actually empty at the moment. We could have you settled in by the weekend.
Oh, brilliant.
Great.
Just the formalities then. If one of you would care to fill in the details, I can get the ball rolling this afternoon.
Hi.
Hi, where's Georgia?
Oh, she's in town. She has to sort out a couple of things.
So how'd it go?
Well, we are now the proud tenants of a desirable garden flat in a sought-after area. Or we will be in a couple of days when the lease is signed, sealed and delivered.
So where is this desirable new residence?
It's the other side of the river, Hoy Lake, so it's not too far away.
Well, I'm glad it's still nearby.
Yeah, well, it's far enough from here to be at Dad's way. And to stop the likes of JC Bradley making our lives hell.
Yeah, you hope.
You again, JC. But what exactly did you want?
Well, a pal of mine came across something that belongs to you two this afternoon.
What is it?
A copy of the tenancy agreement for your little flat.
What?
Yeah. My pal spotted your previous address, and he gave me a ring, you know, with me and him being mates and all that. Just wanted to know what kind of tenant you were going to be.
And you told him, of course.
Well, let's just say this. You won't be needing this anymore.
What on earth are you doing?
The same as they'll do every time those two try to worm their way in anywhere else.
Oh, for God's sake. But we're doing what you wanted us to do. We're moving away from here.
Not far enough, sunshine. I want the pair of yous out of Liverpool.
But why? It's not going to stop us from being together.
George.
Because it'll make me feel better, knowing that you two aren't polluting the air with your nasty, pervy breath.
Why are you hounding us like this?
Because you two knock me sick. The same as you would any decent person. And I'm going to make sure that everybody knows what you're up to, wherever you end up, together or apart. So you better be warned. Because I'm going to make it my business to hound the pair of you two out of this city. If it's the last thing I ever do.
See ya.
See. Where's Dan gone?
Oh, he's just gone to do his accountancy bit for Sinbad. You all right? You look terrible.
Oh, no, I've just been thinking about JC.
We can't stop us being together, Nat.
I know, but he means it. He's not going to let us get a place round here.
It's not exactly Mr. Forgive and Forget, is he?
So would you suggest plastic surgery, false beards?
I don't know yet. One thing's for certain, he's not going to split us up. Not after everything we've been through together.
So you need to send a cheque to the tax office before the 30th.
The 30th, eh?
Uh-huh. I've filled in the details, so I'll leave it up to you to do the rest.
You know what, I don't know what I'd do without you. This takes me about 3 days in the month to sort this lot out, and you do it in 10 minutes.
I believe it's called genius.
Yeah, well, a genius. £10 note, cheaper half the price.
Well, I'll have to be putting my fees up at this rate.
Yeah, just don't be getting carried away, genius.
Cool. Mum needs one of these for the shop.
Yeah, I've already had a word.
And?
I told her it was sold.
Well, so why has it still got this on it then?
Yeah, and I was gonna get round to that.
It's not sold, is it?
Yeah, it is. Like I said to your mum, I'm just holding it for a mate.
You don't want anything to do with my mum because of Nat and Georgia. I'm not stupid, Sinbad.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I don't care what you think. I'm used to people around here treating us like lepers.
Look, Danny, I didn't mean to upset.
But I did think that you were one of the few people honest enough to come out and say what you think.
I didn't mean to take it out on you, mate.
And another thing, if you want to make a success of this place, then there's one thing you're going to have to learn pretty quick. Don't let your feelings get in the way of business.
Excuse us, JC. You can start with the washing up and make sure you polish the knives and forks so they shine.
I'm watching you.
Hiya.
Hi.
What was that for?
Guess who spent the day proving she's not just a pretty face?
Oh, yeah. Clinched a multi-million-pound deal, have you?
Better than that. I think I might have found the solution to our housing problems.
There is no solution, not unless we immigrate.
Either that or we move away from Liverpool. That's what JC wants, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I mean, he had another go at me today. But we can't just up and leave, can we? Our lives are here. Anyway, I thought you said you weren't going to let him win.
He's not winning, Nat.
All right, well, what about me? I'm halfway through a degree course, in case you've forgotten.
It's not a problem. You can move to another university. At worst, it'll mean that you'll miss a year, but...
All right, what about you? You've got a really good job. You can't just chuck it away because of him.
I'm not chucking anything away, Nat.
It's not that easy to find the sort of work you want to do.
No. That's why I've put in for a transfer. New town, new home, new job. Just me and you.
Well, can I have a word?
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's about that chili, you know.
Oh, the one that's already sold, you mean?
Yeah, well, it seems I made a mistake.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's yours if you want it. You know, I can fetch it down for you tomorrow if you like.
Well, that would be great, yeah. Thanks, Sylvia.
No, it's okay. Us traders have got to stick together, eh?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, Mr. Johnson, brought to the first house.
I hope that's the accommodation section you're looking at.
Dad, we are trying to find another place.
Yeah, well, obviously not hard enough.
Well, we said we move out of here as soon as we find somewhere else. What more do you want?
Right, then. Wish me luck.
Of course we do.
Go for it, Mum.
I feel really nervous all of a sudden.
I bet you it'll be a great success.
Let's hope so.
Look, I'll see you later for the grand opening, and just make sure you're a help, not a hindrance, Dan.
Thanks a lot. Right, see you. Bye.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye, Mum.
Oh, Mum's really excited about getting this new deli off the ground.
Yes, she is. So I don't want you two spoiling it for her. If nothing else, JC's little outburst the other night proved me right. People around here are outraged by what you're doing. The sooner you two get away from here, the better. For all of us.
Yeah, all right, Dad, we get the message.
Yeah, well, I hope so. Because apart from anything else, I'm not having Dan thinking that you two are living together with your mothers and my blessing.
Can't you just ease up a bit?
I won't be for much longer.
Yeah, well, I just want to be away from here as soon as possible. Let's just hope my firm can sort out a transfer.
Like all this stuff your mum sells? Some of it's all right. I'm just happy with burger and chips, though. I wish my mum would cook stuff like this every night. Oh, well, I'd much rather it, yeah.
Don't you just love Italian food?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't eat anything else if I had my own way.
It makes everything else seem so boring.
Hey, miss, you should be too busy with this to be getting bored. There's all sorts out there needs bringing in.
But them boxes are dead heavy, Auntie Cass.
I'll bring them in for you.
No, you won't. You can leave that and come and give me a hand. Now, please.
Duty calls.
You two getting on all right then?
Yeah, why shouldn't we be?
No reason, just wondered.
Daniel, will you stop daydreaming and bring the cold meats in from the back, please?
Right, Bill, I'll leave you to it, love.
Thanks for all your help, Ron.
No problem. Let's hope it's the start of a long and prosperous partnership.
Thanks. And you don't mind me taking up all this space?
I told you, love, you do whatever you feel is necessary.
As long as there's enough room for my stock.
Half and half, like we agreed.
Ladies, please. Now, look, we've all got to muck in together from now on because, well, let's face it, girls, we need this to be a success, don't we? For all our sakes.
I honestly didn't think it could be so easy.
I know, I can't believe it. A job well away from here and a house thrown in as well.
Yeah, well, only for the first 6 months. We'll have to find our own place after that. We should have done this ages ago.
Yeah, well, it's better late than never.
Mercy old cow. Perhaps I should go and ask her if she fancies a ménage à trois?
No, thank you. I still can't get my head round it. It sounds too good to be true. There must be a catch.
I just thought of one. What are we going to tell Mum and Dan?
Oh. Could get used to this.
Yeah, let's change our coffee break for a champers break.
Sounds good to me.
Right. A toast, if you please, to the newly opened Manor Park Delicatessen.
And all who's shopping her.
Come on, I'll show you the sign.
Well done, Belle.
Thanks. And to you, Daniel. You've worked really hard on this.
Tell me about it.
Let's just hope it's all worth it. This is a lovely surprise. Thank you, both of you.
Oh, we thought you'd be exhausted. You haven't stopped all week. Dad?
Thank you.
The shop looks great.
Yeah, you'll have to come in with me tomorrow.
Oh, we can't tomorrow. We've got loads to do, haven't we?
Going flat hunting?
No, not exactly.
Actually, we've already found a house to rent.
When did that happen?
Well, my firm fixed it up for me today. Goes along with the new job.
What job?
I've been given a transfer.
We decided to follow J.C. Bradley's advice. George and I are moving right away from Liverpool.
Well, you can't. You can't. Ollie, tell them, please.
Mum, it's the only thing that we can do.
I know. It just doesn't make it any easier.
I don't want you to go.
Well, you know how I feel about it. And there's nothing I can do about it. At least I won't have to witness what's going on between the pair of you.
For God's sake, Ollie, there are children.
Not as far as I'm concerned. If you go ahead with this, I mean, live together, then I want nothing more to do with either of you.
You can't mean that. I don't accept this. For heaven's sake, what sort of a father are you? Don't you understand? If you're trying to get them to change their minds, you're wasting your time. These are my children, and I love them more than anything.
And you don't think I do. So you just dismiss my feelings, my pain, everything I'm going through.
Look, this isn't about us, Ollie. All I'm saying is, however they've chosen to live their lives, whatever they've done, the worst thing that could happen is that I should lose them, and that's the one thing I'm not prepared to let happen. Early starting work?
Well, I ought to get back to normal, whatever that means. You know, I almost feel like phoning George's boss, putting a stop to this transfer. Tell him what's been going on.
Oh, make them run even further, you mean?
Well, if that's what it takes. You know, I can't believe you can even contemplate condoning their actions.
Look, they're my children. I can't just watch them walk away.
Belle, I don't want to lose them either, but they're giving us no choice, can't you see? I mean, what about Dan? What kind of an example does this give to him? We have a responsibility to teach him some kind of morality.
Oh, so that's it then. We just cut them out of our lives, pretend they don't even exist.
Yes. Well, maybe it would be better all round if they didn't.
Oh, it's you. Thought you'd gone to work.
I forgot these.
Did you phone Georgia's boss?
No, not yet. But don't waste your time trying to talk me out of it. I'm sorry if you've got a problem with that, but I can't change the way I feel about Nat and Georgia.
God, will you listen to yourself? You're pathetic. Problems? We don't have any problems. You know, we're lucky. We have 3 healthy children. Some people haven't got that.
Yes, and other people don't have a son and daughter who are having sex together, do they?
So you still think it would be easier if they, conveniently died, do you? Why didn't you ask Max and Susanna how easy it is to cope with children dying?
What?
Matthew died in a car accident yesterday. And Emily's in intensive care. So, they've lost one child forever. And they could possibly lose both of them. Never, ever see them again. Now, you said some horrible things about our own children earlier, and it hurt me very much to hear you say that, but now I just feel sorry for you. You may not care about seeing Nat and Georgia ever again, but I do. And I wonder which one of us will end up happiest.
Look at this. Georgia Simpson, Sandbrook Primary School, first place egg and spoon race. I won that 4 years on the trot.
Yeah, but you know you glued the egg to the spoon.
Come on, Dan. You'll be late.
Much more left to pack?
Plenty. Any chance of you helping out, or are you just going to stand there and reminisce?
George is about the same age as Matthew Farnham on this.
Why isn't that keeping all these?
Makes you think, doesn't it?
I mean, some of these are from 6th form. Surely you can't want all of them.
Ollie.
Hmm?
Look, they're still our children, you know. No matter what they've done.
You know, I used to think there was nothing I disapprove of. I was the paragon of liberalism. Free love, smoking dope, drugs, the individual's right to choose. But this, I'll never accept what they've done. Ever.
Poor little lad. How's the little girl?
Still very poorly, I'm afraid. I wondered whether you'd like to make a contribution.
Give them my regards, won't you?
Yes, I will.
I heard the mother had been drinking.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I don't think we should be jumping to any conclusions.
Quite frankly, I think our concern at the moment should be expressing sympathy for Max and Susanna, not bandying around idle gossip when we know nothing at all about the circumstances.
I agree. I'll just get my purse, David.
Sorry about that, Ben. Listen, I'd like to contribute to the flowers.
Oh, right, Meg. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, Cassie.
42 pence.
Glad you stood up for Susanna back there. As if this whole thing isn't enough of a nightmare without people spreading malicious rumors.
How was business today?
Well, apart from the coffee you conned me out of, I sold 2 jars of olives and a bottle of balsamic vinegar.
Maybe Ron Dixon was right. Should have stuck to tomato ketchup and baked beans.
Well, he's not doing any better than I am. Have you finished packing?
Not yet.
No, I was thinking, I'd really like to take you there when you go, in the car.
Oh, Mum, it's all right. We'll be fine on the train.
But how will you get all your belongings there?
Well, once we've settled in, we'll hire a car and come back for it.
No, I insist. I really want to take you.
I'm sure Dad will have something to say about that.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm taking his car.
Mum.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Right. Well, that's that done. More's 2 in the fridge.
Thanks.
What's for dinner?
Peppered trout. Nat's favourite.
Nat's favourite.
Hasn't this accident with Matthew Farnham made any difference to you at all?
What?
Look, you can say what you like about Nat and Georgia, but at least they're still alive.
You know, this is the kind of thing that makes me think that God, if she exists, of course, has got a pretty sick sense of humour.
What do you mean?
Young Matthew is killed in a traffic accident. His sister is seriously injured. And meanwhile, just across the road, in the den of iniquity, the depraved Simpsons sail through life reasonably unscathed.
Well, doesn't that just go to show how arbitrary fate is? A brother and a sister can be involved in a fatal accident just like that. Without warning, no explanation, it just happened. Well, why can't you accept that's how it is with Nat and Georgia? Without punishing them for it. It's fate. They fell in love with each other. There is no explanation, it just happened. But at least, it wasn't our children who were involved in that accident.
Sorry. Dad. You have to talk to me.
Do I?
Yes. You're putting us in an impossible position, Mum even more so.
Yes, well, that's because she's taking your side.
This isn't about taking sides.
Can't you see? It's not me who's put us in this position. It's you and Nat. You're setting us up against each other.
Dad, we all know that this is difficult for you.
I'm sorry. I'm just not interested anymore.
Georgia? Have you seen Susanna anywhere?
No, I haven't. Look, Max, I was really upset to hear about Matthew and Emily. Sorry. Dad, have you seen Susanna?
No, not this morning. You okay, Max?
I don't know. Susanna's gone off somewhere and she didn't leave a note to say where. She's not coping too well at the moment.
Well, yeah, maybe she just needs a bit of time to herself.
I just want to know she's all right, that's all.
How are you coping, anyway?
Bloody awful. I keep expecting to see them. The house is so quiet.
Dad, I'm sorry, the phone.
Yeah, well, I'm busy. Sorry about that. Things aren't too good between us at the moment.
Look, I haven't exactly been Mr. Liberal with your family, but at least you've still got your children. Whatever they are, you've still got them. Who cares what the hell they do?
Oh, hi. Look, you haven't seen Susanna, have you?
No, Max was really worried about her.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I better go down there when I finish and see if she's turned up.
Will you be going to the funeral?
Well, I'll have to find out what time it starts. I promised Nat and Georgia I'd give them a lift tomorrow.
Yeah, that's partly why I wanted to see you. I'm going to try and talk to Nat again.
Oh, what about?
Well, about him and Georgia leaving together.
What for?
Well, because I've decided that I don't want to lose them.
Well, I thought we already had.
Yeah, well, so did I until, well, reality bites.
So, weirdo children are better than no children at all?
Well, the point is, I won't condone them living together ever, but, well, if I can persuade Nat not to leave.
Look, they're determined to go ahead with this, no matter what we do or say.
Can't do this, Belle. Wherever they go, someone's going to find out the truth in the end. And I don't want to lose my children like Max has. I just have to make Nat see sense, that's all. Hi, Nat.
All right.
What have you been up to then?
Just been down at uni, you know, squaring things up for transferring my course.
What did they say?
Yeah, no problem. They said I can pick up where I left off in October.
All right. Look, your mother and I, we've been mulling things over and, well, we were just wondering, what if you were to let Georgia go off and start this new job on her own? You know, just see how it goes for a couple of months.
Dad, we've tried living apart.
Nat, do you know what you're doing? For God's sake, you got your sister pregnant and she had an abortion. That's what happened when you were together. It's wrong, and you know that it's wrong. And I'm scared to death that it might happen again. Please, Nat, just think about the future and forget this infatuation with George, because it's going to destroy you.
Dad, I'm sorry, all right? But we've got to go through with this.
Dad,
I'm busy.
Nat says you're trying to persuade him not to come with me.
Will there be any point in trying to persuade you to stop him?
Dad, we never wanted it to be like this. We know how much pain this is causing you, but we can't help it. I want to spend the rest of my life with Nat. You just don't understand, do you?
No. And you'll never understand either, will you?
Understand what?
What this means to me. Can't you stop for a minute and think what you're asking me to accept? All that love you feel for your daughter when she's born, it's all aimed at protecting her, cherishing her. You want so much for your children, that happiness, safety, and, well, for better or worse, you want to do everything you can to help them. And now you're asking me to ignore all my instincts, everything I tried to help you to achieve, trashing all my aspirations for you. My only daughter. I was so happy, so proud, so hopeful when you were born. I promised so much to you. I wanted so much for you.
Still me here, Dad.
No. No, it's not. Not anymore. Unless you stop this.
I can't.
You must. It isn't too late, Georgia. I'm giving you one last chance. You know I can't live with this. I can't see you if you're together.
So, Unless we're split up, you're never going to see us again.
That's right.
Are you sure you won't come with us?
Me? Why should I?
When are you going to accept that there's nothing we can do to stop this? Our children are going to be walking out of here within an hour, probably forever.
And with their mother's blessing?
You're putting me in an impossible situation.
I am.
Yes, I feel as though I'm torn between your happiness and theirs, and I've got to choose.
And obviously theirs is more important.
No. I just feel as if I'm trying to straddle both sides of the fence. I can't stand by and let my children walk out of my life forever without seeing them safe and settled and knowing that they're somewhere where I can contact them if I need to. Once that I've established that, I will be back here patching things up with you. I'm trying to make a decent life for Daniel.
Are you ready, Dan?
Yeah.
Just give your shoes a quick brush, will you?
Can't I go with Mum to drop off Nat and Georgia?
Not a chance.
Wish I was going to live with them.
With who?
Nat and Georgia.
Look, Dan,
Will I ever see them again?
Oh, of course you will.
we don't know what's going to happen yet.
Why don't you just say no? Being with them would be a lot better than staying here listening to you and Mum argue all the time.
Dan! Right. Well, we'll be off soon.
I might go back to Max and Susanna's after the funeral.
Oh, I wish I'd gone to see Susanna now. Right, I won't be a sec.
Dad? We just want to say we're sorry the way things have turned out.
Not half as sorry as I am.
Dad, I really can't believe you. Even now, you're still prepared to keep this up. What happened to unconditional love?
It always has conditions.
So that's it, is it? We'll just say goodbye like this forever.
Right, we ready? Right, let's go, shall we?
Belle. Go through the back way, please.
So that's it then. Leaving me here.
Well, you know, you can come and visit, Dad.
Can I, Mum?
Of course you can.
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Look after Mum and Dad, eh?
You could at least have said goodbye to Nat and Georgia.
Look, Dan, when you get older...
When I get older, I'll understand. Well, I already do understand. It's like I don't have a brother and sister anymore.
Hey, don't come over the top.
Can I go and clear?
Well, it looks like they're full up.
Well, they might be able to squeeze me in.
Daniel.
Don't let you go with you.
Well, what do you think?
Yeah, looks like a home to me.
Gonna carry me over the threshold then?
Come on, you two.
Well, what do you think, Mum?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, garden's a bit big, isn't it?
No Dad to do it for you now. Right, well, let's get this stuff inside and I'll put the kettle on.
Mum, you okay?
Yeah. Just seems all so normal, you know, like you're a real couple.
Yeah, well, that's what we wanted.
Excuse me. I felt it important. Well, both Susanna and I felt it important that we shouldn't let this occasion pass without you all remembering and appreciating just exactly what our children, Matthew and Emily, exactly they meant to us. Matthew and Emily were two children who gave us immense pleasure, and no one will know exactly how much we will miss them.
Is that the last?
Yeah, sure is.
Right. Well, I best be off.
Are you not going to have some tea with us?
No, it's a long drive. I wish your Dad had come. Spilt milk, Mum.
Hi. I'm Janice Newcombe, your next door neighbour. Just thought I'd pop over and say hello. Hi, I'm Georgia Simpson.
And this is hubby, is it?
I am Nat Simpson.
Newlyweds?
I'm Belle Simpson.
So you must be George's mother-in-law?
Yeah.
I best be off.
Well, bye. We'll phone you.
Make sure you do.
So, Mum, drive carefully.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
We have entrusted Matthew and Emily to God's merciful keeping, and we now commit their bodies to be cremated, in sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life through our Lord Jesus Christ, who died, was buried, and rose again for us. To him be glory forever and ever. Amen.
I want my children back! I want my children! My children! I want my children! I want my children! My children! My babies! Bring them back, please! I want my children! I want my babies! I want my babies!
Susanna, please.
God.
Please.
Oh.
Vicar. Thick, thin, brown, white?
What do you think, Dan?
Well, surely you'd rather have some of your mum's ciabatta.
Do we get a family discount?
Of course.
Ciabatta it is, then.
Afternoon, everybody.
Looking very dapper, David.
Oh, nice of you to say so. Have you got any biros, Ron?
You off somewhere special, then?
Won't know till I get there.
Pity about you.
Must say I'm rather surprised to see you here today.
Oh, why's that?
Well, I rather thought a family holiday might
What
be
colour
in
do
the
you
offing. Oh, black, green and red should do it.
Really?
There you go, 75p, please.
Oh, right. No, I was just judging by all the suitcases you had on board.
Can't beat the old neighbourhood watch, eh, David?
Well, I hope you don't think I was...
No, not at all. The luggage in the hall was,
Nat and Georgia's.
Ah.
Yes, they finally,
flown the nest.
Well, I wouldn't quite put it like that.
No, neither would I.
they've decided to go their separate ways and leave us behind in the process.
Well, probably best all round.
So, where did he head then?
Scotland.
Glasgow, to be precise.
What, both of them?
No, just Nat. George is emigrating. Gone to New Zealand.
Go away, straight up.
Yeah, Christchurch.
Hope she likes sheep, then.
Well, I'm sure there's more to the place than a few farmyard animals.
Not from what I've heard.
Yeah, anyway, I'll see you back at the house for lunch.
Bye, Mum.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Must be hard for the lad.
Yes, it is, for all of us.
Oh, well, tempus fugit.
Bye.
Hi.
Where's Dan?
Upstairs.
New Zealand.
Don't ask me.
Got any bin bags?
Under the sink, why?
Oh, I'm moving out. Don't mind you.
What?
Well, because of Nat and Georgia.
Suppose so. Mind if I take a couple?
But, where do you intend to go?
Well, Nat's is the biggest, so...
Oh, you're moving rooms.
Yeah, that's what I said, wasn't it? What's up?
Nothing. You just take the latest developments in your stride, eh, Dan?
I don't know. Try not to think about it, really.
So, where did all this New Zealand stuff come from, then?
Well, I thought you'd want me to lie.
We never want you to lie about anything.
Well, you don't want me to tell the truth.
No.
No, I suppose we thought that you'd go along with what we decided.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Well, you've landed us with the right cock and bull story now, haven't you?
That's what you get for landing me with a right brother and sister.